Hi everyone, this is Ramya from Tekaju Master near MYC Medical College, Kolancheri. So today I'm here to give you some tips and strategies which you need to polish in order to get a good score or your dream score in OET writing. I know these skills will be there for you, but I'm just asking you to polish these skills. There are around 11 skills or 11 methods or 11 things which you need to take care of if you need to get a good score. So the first one is your interpretation skill. Interpretation means what? You need to interpret the case not in the correct way. If you are not interpreting it in the correct way, definitely the task will go wrong, and sometimes the letter as such may also went wrong. So it's very important during the initial 5 minutes time, you need to interpret the case note. You need to read the task and understand to whom you are writing, why you are writing, what all information should be known to the reader, and again what type of abbreviations, symbols you will be. In the case note you can see some symbols or abbreviations or some note forms. So whether you need to elaborate it or the other receiver will understand it as such or not. So these kind of things should be understood and interpreted during the initial 5 minutes. Okay, the second thing is selection of case notes. That is also really very important. So you need to understand what to select, what all are the relevant informations, what all are the semi-relevant informations, and what all are the irrelevant informations. So you need to understand to whom you are writing, and according to that only you will be selecting case note. Okay, for example, just imagine that you are going to write to a diabetic specialist nurse, and diabetic specialist nurse, definitely you will be having a thought like, yeah, I need to include all the social histories, all the medical histories, and the reason towards this particular condition and all those things. But let me ask you one thing. If the purpose is different, if you're writing this letter to a diabetic specialist nurse and the purpose is to assess, in order to assess whether this patient has diabetic or not, in such cases just think whether what all information should be known to the reader. Definitely you need to understand about the social history, family history, whether the parents have this condition or not is really important. At the same time, if you're writing to the same diabetic specialist nurse and your purpose is management of diabetics, then family history doesn't have something to do with that one. Okay, so that is why I'm asking you, selection of case note is very, very, very important in writing your letter. You need to understand what all things has to be selected and what all things are to be are very important, semi-relevant and irrelevant information. It depends upon the scope of the reader's care. Okay, the scope of care of that particular reader only you need to select case notes. Like if you're writing to a physiotherapist, you need to provide informations only those things which this physiotherapist needs to know. At the same time, if you're writing to a dietitian, you need to provide informations accordingly. If you're writing to an own GP, definitely you don't want to include any histories, whether it is family, social or medical. You don't want to include anything of such sorts. Okay, so I hope the second point is also clear. Now let's move on with the third point, which is organization. That is very, very, very important. If ever you have selected properly, if you have interpreted also, if you are not organizing it clearly, definitely you are going to lose your score. So other than interpretation and selection, organization is very important in OET letter writing. So it depends upon the patient's need. You will be organizing things according to the need of the patient. If it is an emergency care, definitely you will be organizing it accordingly. You can organize the letter in different way. There are certain letters which has to be said like a story, but not every letters are on the same way. There are certain other letters which has to be organized in a chronological way. Sometimes it should be in the hierarchical way. So in which way you need to organize letter depends upon the patient's need and to whom you are writing. Rather than to whom you are writing, it depends solely on the need of the patient. If it is an urgent need, definitely hierarchical method has to be followed. The most important things should come first. Okay, so I hope organization is understood. Now, the fourth skill is summarizing. So, what is summarizing? Summarizing means you need to summarize, you have to concise the case note. You know that the case note will be a very big sheet, it may be 2 or 3 pages. So, you need to select it and you need to concise information. Okay, for example, the presenting symptoms. So if you are writing to a letter, and not in every letter the presenting symptoms are important. If the diagnosis is confirmed, then these presenting symptoms are not that important because the diagnosis is confirmed. Okay, so that is the fourth criteria or fourth skill which you requires in order to get a good score. Now let's see what is the fifth one. Fifth one is linking words usage. So you will be using linking words in your letter. It can be connectives, conjunctions, or anything like that. So OET having said that you should only use 3 connective words, or you should only use this particular number of connectives in your letter. No, it's not like that. It depends upon the importance of using that one. If it is appropriate, if it is needed in this particular letter, if you want to complete, if this particular sentence should get meaning only if you are connecting a particular word, then you need to use the linking word. Okay, so it's not because you have to use it, it's like you don't use it only for the sake of using it. If you really requires it, if it adds meaning to your sentence, definitely you can use the linking words. Okay, the next one is, the sixth one is using sentence variety. You know that there are different types of sentences, like simple sentences are there, compound sentence, complex sentence, or even passive sentences are there. So you need to use variety of sentences. For that, what you have to do, it's a tip. You have to, when you get a case note, you can, if for example if it is a social history, so if some notes like the patient's name is there, leaves alone, then put a comma, rented flat, divorcee, like that. If it is given, you can write in different ways. Either you can go for writing in a simple way, like Mr. X lives alone, he is a divorcee, like that you can write, and he is an aged pensioner, like that. So either you can go for writing in simple sentence, but when you have to make different sentences with the same information, then only you will become an expert in making sentences. Okay, like a truck driver, comma, Mr. Billy lives with his wife. Okay, so that is a different form of sentence. So it depends upon, it's like it's a task which you can polish. You can just like do home assignments in order to improve your sentences. And another thing is that when you are writing something, when 2 sentences are equally important, it's always better to go for writing compound sentences. And passive sentences will be used when it depends upon, like when the thing that happens is more important than the subject, it's always better to go for writing passive voice. The next one is complex sentences. If one sentence have more priority than the previous sentence, it's always better to go for writing complex sentences. Okay, and social histories, usually it's better to go for writing in simple sentences. Okay, so I hope that is clear. Using sentence varieties, that is something which you need to develop. For that, you need to make different type of sentence with a single idea. Okay, so the 7th one. So far we have discussed 6 scales. Now let's see what is the 7th one. And the 7th one is appropriate vocabulary. So what is this appropriate vocabulary? As a nurse, or as a doctor, you will be writing letter to different health professionals. So when you are writing to a nurse or when you are writing to a doctor, the things can be more formal. Okay, or when you're writing to other professionals, it's always better to go for writing in simple languages, while when you're writing to a doctor, it's better to be more formal. For example, when you are writing to a doctor, when you can just say it's like medicine administered, or medicines were administered. Whereas when you're writing to a nurse, medicines were given is also accepted. So it depends upon, appropriate vocabulary should be used according to the reader. Okay, the next one, 8th one is grammar. So what is this grammar? Everything, tenses, subject verb agreements, active and passive voices, and all those things will be included. Tenses is very important because sometimes I had seen some students writing like when they have to say something in the future, when they have to continue something in the future, they used to say that in the past tense. Do you think that it will be right? Obviously that will be wrong. So it's always better to learn tenses and grammar, okay, in order to get a good score. The next one is spelling. Spelling is also really very important because you know that there are two types of spellings, like American spelling will be there, and again the British accent or British spelling will be there. So it depends upon the writing task. Just go through the writing task and understand what type of sentence or what type of spelling is used over there. So with that one you can just follow. Okay, so that is what is spelling. Spelling is very important. Next one is punctuations. Appropriate punctuations. It's also very important when you're writing an OET letter. When you are using linking words, there should be comma. Like if you are starting with a linking word, definitely you have to put a comma after that, while when you are writing in between a sentence, you have to put semicolon and connective word, and you have to put comma there. Like that, there are a lot of punctuation rules which you need to follow. Okay, next and the last one is layout. That means the format of the letter. Format of the letter means what? You should have a format, and you know that one: date, address, or salutation, and then comes the reference, then comes the body of the letter. Again there will be a closing salutation will be here, like that. There's a layout, there's a format for the letter. Try to stick on to this particular format. Okay, so these are the skills which you need to polish. You will definitely get your required score. I hope the video was clear. Thank you.